have your stuff ready to go, it's a lot easier to hold it. Okay, that's the first thing every day that my assistant does. She unpacks and repacks, unpacks and repacks, unpacks. And so, like today, there's a tote in my car, and I will unpack it and toss all of this stuff into the and go to my next one. So like I think when you have this stuff prepared, it's a lot easier to roll. Okay.
And I noticed too, like I do a lot of different things in regards to like the mascara, and I explain mascaras, but that's just dumb to take up the time. Like I should be doing that on one-on-one. Like, what do you think of the mascara? We actually, and if they're like, I don't really like, our friend be like, well, we have these different ones, and so it's more of a one-on-one. So I need to scale mine, and I want to scale mine back because mine can go too long. Like so.
Yeah, I like how you chose everything for it. Well, kind of in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You made it simple on their choices.
I gave them choices. So do you like the color? Well, it's a little pink. Okay, so I'm going to use something more brown to tone it down. Mm-hmm. I want a little more color. Okay, I'm going to add something bright to make it pop. Okay?
Great.
Absolutely. So you guys, I asked Shelly to share with us a little bit today about Project Broadcast, and then we're going to finish up with just updates, which there aren't a ton. And I have a little bit of love to close with. So I just want to say, can you guys give her, first of all, can you give her a big round of applause to our guest that's here today? So you're here with us. And then Shelly's going to talk with you about Project Broadcast. So you guys, give Shelly a big round of applause. Yay, Shelly. Do I have my good?
Okay, so who already has it?
I never use it because I can't figure it out.
Me too. I have it. Well, I've had it.
Open it up on your phone if you have
Well,
it.
I got it. I'm recording. But no, I don't like the fact that I have to add the contacts in.
Yes.
What do you think you're gonna have to do?
Well, no, like sync it, like kind of sync to my.
There is a way that I think you can sync it, because Sam talked about that before when we were first learning, and I think if you log on, because you can log on to Project Broadcast via computer.
Okay.
So if you've got like an Excel spreadsheet, or if you're able to like sync things that way, or like download it out of InTouch and sync it on your computer, I think you can do that.
Okay.
But what I do now, that makes it easier with contacts, so like as you're having your parties and you're getting those contacts, I'm putting them into Project Broadcast that way.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
like as you go, like you would for my customers.
Right. Yep. So initially when you start using it, you're going to have to tell your people, hey guys, I got a new office number. I'm going to send you a text from it, so you have it, but it is me. You're going to tell them that first. And then you're going to message them and be like, hi guys, this is my new office number. This is me. And then send a follow-up, either that message or on your Facebook page or an email, being like, hey guys, I just sent out that message. That is me. 3 times now, you're telling them that it's you. You're still going to have people that are going to call you and be like, oh, Shelly, I just got this message, and it's from a different number, and they're wanting me to do things, and I'm not going to do that. Because I'm going to buy stuff from you. I don't want to have them get the sales. I'm like, it's me. I was the one that sent it to you. Like, this was my mom. This actually happened. I didn't know about it. Remember when I said that I was going to do this? And then I did it. And I didn't have a chance to tell you, like, hey, I did that. And it's still me. And she's like, oh, okay, no. Okay, so I don't want to deal with that person. I thought they were, like, catfishing you or, like, spamming or something. No, it's me. So make sure your people know. You will get that. But then be like, thanks so much for like watching out, because people are right now watching for all of the spam, all of those things. Once you have it set up, one of the favorite things that I like about it is being able to schedule texts, which I know you can do on your own text messaging site, but I didn't know that for the longest time.
Not on iPhone, you can.
Oh, and not on iPhones?
Uh-uh.
So I didn't know until after I got
Android
Project
better.
Broadcast that you could do that on Samsungs, on Androids. But what I like about it is scheduling it, so that way, if I'm going to sit down for an hour or 2 hours, I can work my business, I can schedule all my messages, I can schedule my Facebook posts, and then I can be done for the month. Have all of that go out and work for me. It's actually hilarious when you schedule text messages to go out, and then you're in a car with your girlfriends, and you're driving, and all of a sudden they pick up their phone, and they're like, how'd you do that? Your phone is in your purse. You're driving. And I was like, I work smarter, not harder. I scheduled it. And they're like, oh, you can do that? I'm like, yes, you can do that. So schedule your messages. Ideas of like when to schedule. Maybe you want to push out Mascara Marathon. And you're like, ooh, Sunday nights. I want to do it Sunday night and blast them then. Or Thursday nights at 8 p.m. you want to blast them. So get your messages ready. You can create a full, what they call campaign. So you can put all of your people in there that you want to target for it, and then you can schedule it up so it goes out automatically. Another thing that I like to schedule is if I'm speaking with someone about like a booking, and they're like, I'm too busy, the holidays got to me, blah, 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 blah. And I go, okay, is it okay if I reach out to you in May? Is that okay? I'm getting their permission that it's okay for me to do that. Or if they're going to be like, nope, that doesn't work either, then I might be like, is it okay if I reach out to you in July? And if they're like, actually, I don't want to, like I want to be done, I'm like, okay, thanks. Thanks for letting me know and I won't bother you. But if they give me the permission to reach out to them in May or July, then, because I know I'm going to forget, right then I go into the text message, I write exactly what I want, and I schedule it. And then when that goes out, hopefully she responds back and she'll be like, hey, I got your message, da, 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 da. I've had that happen. I'm like,
You could schedule it for like 4 months out?
yes.
Wow.
And I was surprised when I got a response a couple months ago from a lady, and I was like, wait, what is she responding back to? I was like, oh, wait, that's because I did that like a month ago. So,
Do you ever find that, like, my fear, and this is probably just me overanalyzing it, but my fear is I talk to you and you're like, reach out to me in May. I'm like, okay, and then I run into you in a vendor fair, and then I am like, and then you're like, oh yeah, let's book, and then all of a sudden the May one goes out.
So if that happens,
Yeah.
I probably would just be like, and if she'd respond back and she's like, hey, we already talked, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm sorry, like, I mixed up, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And
Or even just tell her, like, I didn't want to forget, so I put something back in there and I
Yeah.
just forgot that I scheduled
Oh,
because
that's a good one. Like, yeah.
you were important to me and I didn't want to forget.
Yep.
What's she gonna say?
Yeah.
I am mad that I'm important.
Yeah, I like that. I am
Yeah.
you're important. It was important. Okay, thank you.
I like that too.
You're done. Okay. Just do it.
So scheduling, and then what they have is they consider them campaigns. So let's say I do a vendor show. After that vendor show, I create a campaign and I label it like Dyersville Vendor Show. I add all the contacts into my phone and then I can tag them as part of that campaign so that way I know where I met them. Because I'm kind of getting to the point now where it's like, how do I know this name? Or like, where did I meet this woman from that's now texting me? But it has that tag with it, then I at least have some connection of where I met this woman. But then by putting all of those women into that campaign where it's like I met them at the Dyersville Vendor Show, then I can send them all the message of like, hey, congratulations, you won a free pampering session. And it's one message again that goes out to all of them. You can also program it to where they call it a dynamic field when you get into the text message, where it'll automatically add their name. So when you're writing the text, it's going to be like, hi, and then what they call a dynamic field, you can go in and choose like first name, last name, and there's a few other things. First name is what I always use. So that way when it goes out, it's like, hey Stacy, da 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 da. So that way it's more personal. It feels like it's coming from me and not just a mass text. No, maybe they feel like it's a mass text because people get smart and they know that we can do those things. But at least it's a little bit more personal. So that way when I send that message out, it's going out to all of them. And then in addition to that, maybe when I want to reach out to people, I can go back to that group of people and like relook like, okay, where are some of my leads that I haven't gotten anything from? So I can go back to that group of people and be able to figure out who I need to contact. There are tags.
Do you find that when you send a mass text, it's not as scary?
Yes.
Okay, that just came to my head.
Well,
like,
some of it's scary because then it's like, okay, sent. It's gonna go in 5 minutes.
And you have, like, if you have the alerts on your phone, then, like,
And then
so,
they
like,
zoom
when you
through.
do, like, if you do, like, a vendor show or bridal something, all of a sudden it's like, ding, 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 because they start messaging you back, and you're like, whoa, 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 you know, like, but it's kind of also like, and so then you start getting it, and it's super fun.
So I have a question in regards to that. So I did a show Wednesday, and I had a lot of repeat people that came through. So like how I had been doing it was, you know, I have them in my phone under their name, and I'd say, oh, I texted them last time, and they told me that they don't have somebody. you know, are they already, say, have a consultant, so they're, you know, they would pass last time, so then this time I would just say, hey, it was just nice, really nice seeing you again. So when you do project broadcast, so say it, then I put all those people in again, does it bring up like your cast? Or does it show the initial tag? How does that work?
So they would already be in your phone, but you could still like tag them again.
Okay.
Because I think it'll come up like, hey, this is already a contact, but like you can tag them into
It
another
does say
group.
that they're already a
Yeah.
contact in your phone, and you can take, like, I would take off the old tag
I put the new
and
one.
put the new tag on it.
And then, but then I could also see the past communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Because like I wouldn't,
Yeah, I get
like,
a
so
lot
like
like
if you
that.
had called them before and they were a winner, I wouldn't call them as a winner again. I would say, hey, it was so great seeing you at the show. I would actually make a separate message for those
Yes.
groups. I would make a tag that's like second attempt or something, and I would say, it was so great seeing you the other night. I just had to reach out. You didn't use your gift card from last time, and I just wanted to let you know that's still available.
Love that.
That's
Or
why I have a
your
ton of
prize
text
from
messages.
last time, not the gift card. Your prize from last time is still available. That way they aren't thinking like, oh, she's hitting me again. Just be like, hey, your prize from last time is still available.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't delete my text messages because of that.
Yeah.
But the best part about Project Broadcast and why I want Shelly to explain it to you is because if it's in Project Broadcast,
Yeah.
it's business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
And it doesn't get lost amongst the other.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Like you guys, there are so many ways that people contact us. I was like losing messages from customers in my private. This way, I'm like, I don't lose it. Like, this is all business. Like, and it just makes it a little simple. I mean, a lot of them still have my original one, so I'll still get some in there, but it just helps.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like keeping them separate. I like that that's all my Mary Kay. Now, it does get confusing if you have clients that are also friends and they start mixing your numbers together. So like you'll get a little bit of that where they just start using your Mary Kay number. I've had people be like, okay, I'm so confused. Why do I have so many numbers for you? I was like, well, which numbers do you have? And then they tell me. I was like, okay, that's my normal number. But then this one is the one that I use solely for Mary Kay. Also, it helps me make the difference because I do have another full-time job, which technically, like, that's a company phone. Like, my phone is paid for by my work. So if I ever get heat from people being like, oh, is she doing that on work hours? Or like, how is she messaging me? Why is she messaging me at 10 in the morning? Da, 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 da. Like, that type of stuff. Because I know some other people have that too. That's why I started using a different number too. So that way it looks like it's coming from a different number. It's my Mary Kay number. It's separate. And then I can schedule things. So that way, if I have a coworker that's also a client and I scheduled a text to go out at 11:30 that day, I could be on a client call. I could be working on a project. I could be sitting at someone else's desk without my phone near me. And it just helps make that difference. So for those that do have other jobs, that helps me separate some of it. Because like I have had a little bit of like people getting a little ornery about me doing Mary Kay in addition to my full-time job.
Because you're abusing the work hours.
I've had that with Facebook. Why? How come you're posting? You're supposed to be working.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's scheduled. So
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, and you can come get my computer. No, that's
Right.
what I say.
So some of the tags that I use on for groups of people, which then correlates back to the campaign, so that like I can easily, so like the tags help identify like a grouping of people, and when I do a campaign, I could go back to those tags and be like, okay, I want my current customers to be included in this. I want my husbands to be included in this. So some of the tags that I put on people could be the bridal shows or the vendor shows, could be current clients. So they're already buying stuff from me. So they're probably mostly buying, like they might all use mascara already. So if I want to send something out about the mascara-thon, I could send something to my current clients and message it of like, hey ladies, I have this going on. Do you need a restock on it? Or do you want to try a new one? Which could be a different message than leads that haven't bought anything from me. Because maybe for them, I might be like, hey, do you use mascara? Because I don't know. So having that be a difference. I've got a tag for lookbook contacts. So sometimes I would think all of my current clients should also be on my lookbook, but if I just don't have an address because they've always just had me go in person or they haven't given it, they might not be a part of that. But this way, when I send out that quarterly message being like, hey, did you get your lookbook? And oh, by the way, like, which lipstick color did you like? Then I can start that conversation, but I can schedule it. And I don't have to go through my phone and be like, okay, who gets it? I think this one, this one, this one. They're all in there. So when I add people, when I do my PCP, then I go back to this and make sure, okay, do I have everyone in here? And then I have a different one for potential clients. So ones that like I've reached out to, but they've never actually bought something, or maybe we haven't had a booking with them. Because then that would be the group of people where I'm like, hey, what do you use for mascara? And then have them come back, answer that question, be like, okay, because we have this really great deal right now, and like you could try it out. If you buy 2, you get the little one for free. You buy 4, you get a big thing for free. Like you can start that conversation, and within this, like within your campaigns or your tags, you're gonna have some of your drafted language already. So I can go back to my vendor show that I did and be like, okay, what message did I send out to them to a follow-up? So I can do a copy and paste and not be like, shit, is it? Okay, who did I send that to? When did I send that? And like digging for it, I could just go to my vendor show campaign and copy and paste that. And I've learned from Allison, because I used to like say too much stuff in my initial reach outs, and then they had all the information and then they didn't have a reason to reach back out. So making sure you have the right scripts, that like you're asking them an open-ended question that they have to respond to. So you're getting them to engage. So after the bridal show, one that I got from Allison, because she's like, hey, do you have it? And I was like, oh, I do, but like send me what you have. If it's the same, great. If it's different, I'll use it. And I had so much more engagement because of the messaging and the wording and keeping open-ended. And now that I have that, it's easy to copy and paste it going forward versus having to be like, oh crap, okay, who was a client that I sent that to that I can go back and scroll through my phone and find that person to copy and paste.
It's also great for that same reason for like the yearly special, like when we do the customer appreciation event in
Yep.
June, which I just ordered all the cards, so I'll have all of those. But you guys, when like I don't have to go in and recreate the wheel. I'll go back into last year's message that I sent them, update the date and time, update my little pic collage, and then I'm ready to roll.
Yeah.
It saves so much time versus okay, how do I wanna like it's done. It's so much easier.
And that's where the scheduling is a miracle and lifesaver. Because like on that annual appreciation day or on Pink Friday or whatever sales that you're running, if you're doing stuff throughout the day, do you want to be chained to your phone and be like, oh, it's 10 to noon, get your orders in, otherwise discount's changing. Oh, it's noon now, discount change it. Like that takes a lot of effort on you and a lot of work, and at the end of the day, you're gonna be exhausted.
Yeah.
And you haven't been off your phone all day. Where
And it used to have to be, we would have to sit there with each person, cut paste, cut
Yeah.
paste, cut paste, cut. You can do that over 10 or 20 or 50. You can't do it over 500.
Yep.
So I felt like it wasn't, like the reason that I want Project Broadcast for you guys is because it can grow with you. Like she's set it up now with her customer base of, 50 or 100. She can blow that out at 300 and she's gonna be, all those systems still gonna work.
and it took me a little bit to like buy into it because it is something, it's a subscription. Yes, you can write it off. Yes, it's all those great things. But in my mind, I was like, but I have to pay for it. And I'm like, I don't think I'm there yet. So I didn't do it for a while. It was $10 a month for under 500 messages a month. And then it goes up from there. And then I got to the point where I started having either sales or vendor shows or different things and sending messages out, and I was copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. And then I was like, you know what? If I start it now, when my business is a little bit smaller, it's going to help me as I grow. And then I realized how much time the copy and paste to, let's say, 10 people was taking me, where I'm like, if I could just do one and blast it to all of them at the same time, I could be outside playing with my dog and gardening with my husband versus like, okay, wait, I need 10 more minutes, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So I had to get over myself and spending the dollars on it to get the freedom back in my time and realize my time is more valuable than the time to copy and paste all of those messages. And if you're doing a vendor show, maybe you get 30 leads. So it's going to take time to enter those in. Let's say you enter those in, and then you're copying and pasting a message to every single one. And you've got kiddos running around and like, Mom, you've been gone all day. And you're like, but wait, I got to do this. Well, once you got them entered in, you could add them, send one message, and then you're done. 10 minutes later, and you're like, okay, now let's go play.
It's so great because the other thing too, since she got this, her business has grown. Now, part of it was because she started doing the events, but part of it too is because she put the systems into place so that she could enjoy the growth. You feel that? That's critical.
And with the IPAs, one of them, like for reach outs, I was looking at my IPAs a few months ago and I was like, okay, I need to get some, how can I do it? I was like, oh, reach outs, I'll do that because I get a point for everyone. And then I looked at it close, I was like, I only get a point for every 10. That means I have to message a lot more people. And I was like, well, that's fine. I'll go Project Broadcast. And like, okay, this one, da, 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 da. I was like, 30 people, one message done. I was like, I get 3 points. Where 30 people beforehand,
Hey, what happened when you did
I
the
would have
reach
had to
outs?
copy and paste a lot more. Then people respond. And of the 30, then maybe half of that responded or less than half. But if I only did 10, then it's less people responded. So
So you
it's,
guys-
it's invaluable for me.
Tell Shelly what you learned today. Let's affirm Shelly. Tell her what you learned.
That my 3-4 hours I spent yesterday on all of my contacts from Wednesday night could have been done in 10 minutes if I would just get out of my own way. Like, really.
And once they're in there, they stay in there.
Yes.
And then it separates business and life. Because if your mom's messaging you on something, but you've got all the Mary Kay texts in there, are you going to lose what mom said? And then you're like, dang, mom wanted to bring me a cake and I missed it? I wanted the cake.
But even like Valentine's Day, I went through and I messaged all of like my people, as many as I could that I had time for, and was like, happy Valentine's Day, I hope, whatever. I got so many responses, but then at the end of the day, I'm like, it's 10 o'clock, I cannot message anybody else, but I missed these people, and I really wanted to say something to them. And so then it was like, oh, now if I would have had Project Broadcast, 500 people done.
And I think the bigger thing that she said that I want you guys to hear, you need to invest in yourself if you want to grow. It's so funny, like I remember in Weight Watchers, there's this woman and she kept saying, as soon as I lose 50 pounds, I'm gonna buy a Fitbit. I thought, I bet you'd lose the 50 pounds if you bought the Fitbit. You know what I mean? Like you guys you don't have anything to prove to anybody. Invest in yourself and in your business so that you can be successful. Whatever that means to you, okay? Can we appreciate Shelly? You
Woo!
are